There it is.
All right. All right. So we start the wall blunt rotation.
Terrible.
God, we should I think I'll probably call that the stream that we can get Lou and Hody on, called the Nightmare Blunt Rotation. Hody hits blunt. Let me talk about Deuteronomy. Oh man, no. Hody did launch this fire meme the other day though, going that if we're such a Christian nation, why don't we cancel debts after 7 years? And I was just like, ooh. And then like somebody said something like, well, how will finance work? It's like easy. Loan terms have to be less than 7 years. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Yes, I understand big purchases. I understand like our modern finances based on blah 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 blah.
Oh man, it's almost like somebody can't live outside of their means if they have a set amount of time in which they have to pay things back.
You know, and obviously you can't give drastic loans that people with like, well, how are people's like, well, honestly, you can only let people have loans that they could pay back after 7 years, you know, within the 7 year timeline. And you're not going to write ridiculous like interest rate. You know, no one's going to give some 18-year-old kid, Reinhold, $100,000 with 7% interest and charge him up the wazoo. You know, it was like, well, there's no way he's going to pay that back in 7 years. Exactly. But anyway, before we get too much into the weeds of some random topics that we were talking back in the great room, hi, my name is Harry, aka the Movie Target, and welcome to an exciting new episode of Low Key on the We Are Libertarians Network. It should be a fun one. Once again, we really didn't like hammer down on a topic because everything's in flux at the beginning of the year. There's a lot of cool news out there. I have been enjoying the vapor. I'm going to call it vaporware until just someone shows me one of the 5090 can actually buy one. Other than that, to me, doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. It's unreal. Doesn't not as real as the whatever series AMD. It's like. Also, if GPU manufacturers could just stick to a naming convention that makes the freaking sense, okay? Just stick. Can we pick a name? Okay, can we pick something?
Why would they do that?
You know, I also, you know, like I don't know. Anyways, since you guys know I don't fly solo, I like to bring people with me. I've got Reinhold. Reinhold, why don't you go ahead and say hi?
Hello, everybody. I made it tonight, although I don't know if where my head's at today. We'll see how it turns out.
That's gonna be a king. We'll try to make this one in and out, and you know, quick, easy. You know,
it's not. It's just that it's not like I'm tired or I'm not in the mood to talk. It's just that I feel like my brain is like in 15 different schisms, and I don't know how to focus it right.
Well, that's by design.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, how do I cross over these 4 topics with this other one over here to make it mean anything?
I'm having an argument with myself in my head right now, and I'm just trying to get it to shut up, and it won't shut up.
Yes, Reinhold, you want to be president.
Hey, if I can be you know, complete authoritarian that gets to tell everybody what to do and nobody says no to him. Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Yes, right.
Fun.
Yes, Reinhold. Snap your fingers with the Infinity Gauntlet. That will solve everything. Not that it just makes the problem, but only half as big. It's still the same problem.
It is awful watching a bunch of people who, you know, not to. I'm going to get wrapped in. This is this awful person, but I'm going to use a token. All these people who for years have talked about don't use the ring, destroy the one ring, and now the person they like has the ring and they're just wielding it. Now they're like, yeah, we can use the ring. They're like, we talked about this. We're talking about this. It's the main reason.
Who cares if he broke the law? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it'd be nice if they didn't do that, so that we could actually tell them to stop doing stuff.
Right.
Well, if he goes too far, we'll all get together and stop him. I'm like, oh, really?
When
Okay.
is too far? When is too far?
Sure.
Yeah. When is too far? Because yeah, there's rumors.
When's that happen?
I think my passport's gonna get like I don't know if my passport's valid anymore. I've
It's
got
not.
I've got an
There's an
X
order
gender
that just
marker.
went out.
Yeah, I've got an X
Yeah.
gender marker on my passport.
I just saw an order to all the people who get anything from CDC,
Mm-hmm.
including people that don't, actually live in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
organizations and stuff, telling them that they have to remove anything that was gender related or DEI in order to continue to get U.S. funds.
Yep. The
Because that's
snapback.
the most important thing going on in the world today
Mm-hmm.
is that somebody might want to identify as something other than what somebody else thinks they should identify as.
Yep. Yep.
Freaking the concept of DEI is just so has gone to such an extreme when it came from like something that the term was built up as at least as of right now into the zeitgeist because of gaming, because of the whole Sweet Baby Inc. thing, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone's like, oh, they're pushing this DEI diversity stuff into these games, and they're ruining these games, and people lash back at it, and then it just started becoming a blanket term for the things I don't like that I would consider to be woke, but
Which is
nobody
all
has
the
to
stuff that
determine
they
that.
liked for 30 years and they didn't have
Exactly.
a problem with.
Correct.
Like
Exactly.
Star Trek. Oh, they're woke. They're making Star Trek woke. I'm like, excuse me. It was the whole point of Star Trek was it was supposed to be woke.
You
The
act like
stated goal of the creator of the show said he wanted to get his political views out to the public in a way that people could understand them. That's why he made the show. I don't know where you guys have been for 30 years, but hey, that was the
anyways.
point.
Also, welcome to the show, Vincent.
Hey, I'm here. As per usual. Talking about stuff and junk.
Ryan was talking about his woke show. I bet they're going to have interracial kissing on it.
How dare they?
Probably, minorities on the bridge.
I bet they do more than
Yeah, with
hold
their
hands. Gross.
you can't like the other person because their face was black and white on the wrong side.
Oh God! God. Which is like awful. The other awful thing is to it when they're fighting. Which you try to tell people, it's like, well, this has it in the title. Like, yeah, we kind of, and then I don't know. It's going to be I said it's going to be like a very horrid year and a half. He's going to spend a lot of his political cap. So much to be called Cope. I think he's going to spend a lot of his political capital here in these first 90 days. He's going to be just tapped by the end of this year, especially when everyone has to start going like for midterm elections and everything like that. It's going to be tapped, especially when things start breaking. Because right now, like everything's in flux, and anyone that tells you like, "Hey, like how dare you speculate when things haven't happened?" It's like stability makes things grow. When businesses and everything's not stable, you have no idea what's going on. Most people stop spending money. Do you not understand? You see, this is a problem, but they don't.
No, what? I just hold on money.
Right. And there's so many different businesses that like are or it's like, well, I threatened, I did it. I was like, yeah, but many businesses went ahead and bought different things right now, or have started to look towards different places to get things because they're worried about different tariffs, or like Nvidia probably didn't produce as much because they have no idea what the heck is going to happen. And they want to like bring a bunch of stuff into a country and find out people can't afford it anymore. Well, go somewhere else.
Hi, Christy, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, Christy, it's Monday.
All I can say is nobody stopped him yet.
I just hate the fact that the term DEI has just become this blanket term that nobody actually takes the actual. It makes the real reason why those things, the regional term that people brought it up, were a problem, and they just kind of shove it under the rug and they don't address the actual core cause.
It's a tactic that has been used
obviously
for decades, like CRT, like BLM, like was it the political correctness,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff for years has been like, here's the thing that, is something that we should be looking towards and doing. And then somebody says, oh, this is the horrible thing. It makes it sound evil. And then now you can't promote that one thing that made sense.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense for a company to say, hey, I want my workforce when they work together to get along and not have any problems and nobody get treated different than anybody else. So we're going to have these programs to make sure that that happens. Oh, that's suddenly the most evil thing in the world.
Right. Yep.
They're like, well, now they want group rights, right? So these minorities want group rights, special rights because of what group they're in. And I'm like, no, what they want is equal individual rights that aren't taken away because of what group they're in. They want those individual rights protected and not taken away because of that reason.
Yep. Yep.
And it's like,
yep. And they want stability in their life. We went from the nation who passed, like with the ADA, the American Disability Act, and a country of people who decided to take on a huge, massive financial, what is it? What's the word? Not burden. What's the word I'm looking for? The financial stake of the ability to set up our world to allow, a group of people to get around it. ADA compliancy cost money. Okay. But we do it because it's the right thing to do, just like this is. And I don't get how we've come from a nation that did that to this, to here we are now. Because everyone's like, they wouldn't repeal that. It's like, I don't know that.
Oh, they would definitely would.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's in the works.
Right. This thing actually cost businesses money, to retrofit, to set things up. It's gone into codes of different businesses, other famous beanie hat wearer has complained about ADA compliancy in some areas because he wanted a business set up and they wouldn't let him do it because of ADA compliance to the second floor. Yeah. Yeah. I freaking get it. It's getting nuts in the world. And like honestly, one thing we the day of this recording, because this is on February 3rd, right after the weekend of that Donald Trump signed the tariffs was going in for Canada, and supposed to kick in tomorrow. Like, I got on to like, okay, so who just found out their favorite products and just started to skyrocket in price? Who didn't get their Linus Tech Tip stuff before it went up too high,
And he's telling you the date because when you hear this 3 weeks from now, you'll know what we're talking about.
When someone, when someone like downloads it, when Spangle finally
batch uploads 4 or 5 different episodes.
I know. It's okay. It'll be fine. Our fans are used to it by now.
It's just again, it just frustrates me that the reason that that whole buzzword became a thing was because people were taking games basically that were franchises and then putting elements that changed the parts of the game that made them not as interesting, or specifically going out of their way to write the narrative in a manner that made the original character not as important or as compelling. And then that's why that's why people were like, Spider-Man 2, blah blah blah. This because Mary Jane can one tap all these people in this room for no reason, and that was the thing that people were complaining about. But then it's sad to see it get co-opted in this way for it to lose all the original meaning that people were trying to put to it. To just be this blanket statement of ignorance.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is like a lot of the bad writers or creatives in the space also use that word and like hid behind it. Like, no, you hate Mary Jane doing that because you're sexist. It's like, no, she's an unstoppable killing machine for no apparent reason and does this little kick. It makes no sense. It doesn't flow with the story. It's okay that she has to, it would be great to put in like a stealth mission in that part right there, using, because Mary Jane is very competent. You don't have to give her some make her unkillable. It was the same way, like hiding behind quote unquote DEI just for like bad writing. It's like, no, we've had, different people. We've had gays, lesbians, bisexual people, non-binary people in video games, and people just created different things. But it's more of you have to still write a compelling story. You just can't write, well, this is awful. Well, make it gay and no one can complain. I'm like, but no. It's still a bad story. But you're just going to use that. You're just going to use that and hide behind it. You're like, well, hide behind that,
What? You don't like the story of Nathan Gillinane?
Oh God! And then when you try to complain about it, the people who are bad actors who hates these people, like, yeah, I'm with you. Whoa! I'm not with them.
Right.
The story is just bad. And that person over there is, they're terrible. They're terrible. Don't complain with them.
Right. I just want your narrative to be good.
Right. Yeah.
If it's not good, then, or if you're shoehorning a subject that doesn't belong, like if you're writing a fantasy story and you shoehorn in an NRA for no reason, people are gonna be like, why their guns shouldn't be in this world? We have 4 games with no guns, and you're like, hey, have this AK. What the fuck is this? People would be pissed off.
Dragon Age, the NRA.
Nobody would want that.
Yeah, it's like the Saints Row game. I thought the premise of the gang coming together in a modern setting because to pay off their student loans, that seemed neat, right? I got that, but that's not what we got. It went off the rails. The idea that a gang was like, we're just going to start robbing people, banks, and selling drugs and do all of this stuff because our student loans are just too outrageous. This is the only way to pay it back.
That would make sense. Like, that's an interesting concept. But when it's like, well, we need to do this because we actually just want this waffle maker and blah blah blah. I was like,
dude, we could just rob a waffle maker. We can get in the car. It's like I could get in the car right now with this gun. We'll walk in there, shoot anyone because I just shot up a whole mall. We could just go do this, right? It didn't conceptually make sense,
right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
and the idea, and they could have been easily also called out the whole LARPing of a lot of college educated people, especially or different people, different communities, try to LARP the gangster rap motif because as they became more of a gang and started to add that on, they could have critiqued that why are you doing that? This is what we do. It's like no. This is not how we grew up. This is not what we.
This is not it.
Yeah, this is not it. Yeah, it's like, look at the ribs. Like, whoa, what are we doing? Gave some critique to it, but we didn't get that.
No, and that's the infuriating thing is that generalization destroys criticism because there's no way of accurately criticizing things if you just cover it with a blanket statement and then cut off all conversation afterwards.
Yep.
Right? And
it's just shit. Yeah.
Like the people are like, oh, Madden I love playing Madden. I love my ultimate team. Blah blah blah. And it was like the game sucks, the animation sucks. It's been the same game for the past 20 years. And every time they take out something, they go, we added something new. And it's just the same thing from 4 games ago. And everyone's like, but I like playing Madden. Blanket said it was like, but it's the only football game. But I want to play football, so I don't care.
Do you want to know why that is? Do you want to know why it's the only football game? It makes me feel like I bet we could probably make a better open source football game, making it, go out engine and try to do an football open source project. We're just going to do this. This is what we're going to do. We're going to make.
Look in comparison to, honestly, what you need to do is just make the equivalent of Football Manager for American football. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's all
that game is.
That's all people really want. That's what fantasy football is.
Yes. Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just...
but they can't do that because that
right, exactly.
Is that money? Is that money coming in? Okay. Yeah, you don't mess with the money.
But yeah, it's you just do football man. You do American Football Manager 2026 because they always label it a year later because gaming.
Hold on. I got one for you. Football roguelike. Okay. You just got balls. You just do plays.
You have to unlock a playbook.
You know what? I should have kept that to myself. There's going to be like 5 versions of this game.
You have to unlock a playbook. Like, imagine if you actually were able to get like the NFL license. It's like you have to start with a terrible team.
Yep.
So you have to be like the Jaguars.
Yep. Oh, you can get linemen, right? You can like kick and punt things if things get too close.
Wasn't that franchise mode?
Basically.
Football work like, oh man.
I'm just saying, when I get the legendary drop of getting John Madden, on floor 1, it's over. I'm going to on game 1. It drops John Madden. Oh man, I'm going to the Super Bowl.
Oh man.
I really clutched it up when the game dropped me Dan Marino on week 9.
Yeah, think about it. Like the tutorial is just the preseason, and then you get the weeks that you
unlock different. You have to.
Yep, and then you go back through. Yep. Try to do then unlock Dynasty mode and try to go back in.
See. Yeah, and if you lose at a point in the week, it's just over. You have to go perfect season. And the final team you play is the 85 Dolphins.
Just sitting there.
Done. You have to be the undefeated team if you want to win.
The elite team. They just come after you. Oh man, I'd watch that. I'd play that. I'd play that.
Out of that game.
I know, right? It's like, you know what? I'd play that game.
Well, it'd be so fucking funny.
Football roguelike.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, I got the West Coast offense unlocked. Let's go.
God, man.
Does that mean?
Then put in terrible cheerleaders, right? But they're just the frames, but allow the modding community to make the cheerleaders. So it's just a framework. It's the framework and the animations of something cheering, right? And you allow the mod. This way, you don't have to do it. You have to do it. We don't do anything.
It's fine. It's fine.
We let the modders do that for us.
I mean, let's be honest. The NBA is just this now. Oh, hey, you know it'd be really smart. The Lakers go and buy the star player from the Dallas Mavericks, who went to the finals last year, and now he's on the same team with LeBron. And all they had to do was trade a player that is injured at least once a season.
To be fair, LeBron's 40 now. Okay, this isn't about getting LeBron to the championship again. It is because LeBron is probably going to retire shortly, and the Lakers are looking forward to the next 10 years.
Bro, you know it's about trying to get LeBron and Bronny a ring, and they say that they're the first team that have the father and son win a ring together. You know it. You know it. I know it. It's
not about. I think.
You know it. I know it.
Prepare a statement. It is not about getting LeBron to the finals for a final time. He is 40 years old. This is about the Lakers going for the next 10 years of basketball.
It says here, P.S. Fuck Larry Bird.
God, Larry Bird comes back. You know what? In this league, I'm just gonna play. I'm just not gonna move from this one spot. Larry, you can't have a chair. There's nothing in the rule that says I can't sit in this chair. You can't touch me. Of course, Larry would get disqualified for trash talk in that league. So I was watching some European basketball, right? And I think I kind of know why, right? The new NBA that they try to like top all touchy because so many fights break out. And some of the other things, I was like, is this why they don't let people touch him anymore? Like, whoa, 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 stop the fights, stop the fights. Throwing elbows and stuff. I'm not puts chairs in the corner. I trust his judgment. Thanks, Skull. Jeez.
But yeah, no, it's just like, I mean, my favorite thing is they're like, yeah, no, this team now has 0 defense. They have to score 150 a night, but they can still get to the championship. I'm like, bruh, if you're telling me your team has to score 150 a night to do anything, that's a problem. That's not a team. That's an issue.
That's fine. It's a feature. It's perfectly fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. High level basketball. All right. So with the
gotta love third. Oh man, the Lakers put up 107 threes this night.
Not enough to win though.
They put up 107 threes. They only scored 60 points, but
it does make you wonder if like old school could probably do something. I would love to watch an old coach go, listen, anybody y'all shooting at the 3-point line, you're on the bench. What? Just shoot twos and get this down. It's just like, but statistically, I'm gonna prove that wrong right now. What?
I mean, you're right. I mean, it's hilarious.
Yeah. All the shots that you missed, what if we hit and there were twos? I usually outscored you.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the NFL this season, half of it was like, hey, look, we have at least 2 running backs with over 2,000 rushing yards. Hey, look, we bought back running backs because everybody just went too high safety to stop like the million pass plays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is neat to watch. I do love watching like the throwing of the I love watching the passing play. But it did get the games any type of weather, like if it's snowing and rain, games are kind of crap.
Oh man, look, this game is 6-7.
Because they can't throw the ball. I get it. Yeah. But it's that's the other thing. Like, so I always get like messed up with with sporting leagues. Is like sport leagues are able to like change things very easily each year on the rule books, and like the way the game is played can easily change. Like me doing my yoga competition, they got really tired of people skipping categories. Because so one of the rule books was if you skipped a category, like I don't want to do a back bend, right? I don't want to do them. I'm bad at them. I don't want to do them. You would just only lose 1 point, right? So a lot of people were just skipping categories, mainly the lift category. So because some people are like, I don't want to work on that, right? Because lifting takes a lot of strength, flexibility to pick your whole body up with your hands and float over the ground. So a lot of people were skipping it. And they get tired of it, so they put a new rule in: lose 3 points if you skip a category. So you're barely going to get 5, and now you lost 3. So now you might as well just try the damn. Unless it's like unless you have some amazing 10+ point thing.
Unless everything else is amazing, just do it.
Yeah, just do the lift. Just do the lift. Unless you're rocking out. I've got this 12-point headstand. I can easily lose 3 points. I ain't got one, but I've always did the lift, so I don't have a problem with it. I thought it was nice because I was getting my butt whooped by people like I'm going to dodge the lift. It's not too much in the men's category, but it's more of the overall. It's like these, like in the women's category when they shove everything into the overalls. All these women are above me, and they're taking like these 1 points, and I realized like that 3-pointer now I jump up in the league, and I did. I was like, yeah, take that.
Get ruined.
But no, I didn't take any solace of people not be able to do the move. But I enjoyed watching people get a more balanced yoga practice because now they have to practice their lift.
No, it's more of you have to be well-rounded to be good.
Correct. Yeah, because be well-rounded, but I'd also like the nature, like how fast like sport leagues can move depending on like how players are playing in the league, how they're changing things. Because it's easy for like the NBA, if they really do get sick and tired of three-pointers, just remove this 3-point line.
Here's the thing. Money.
They're not going to remove the 3-point line.
No, they would never.
If anything, the 4-point box.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a logo on the ground, and they're going to charge for that logo. And you know players are going to get paid more from sponsorships if they can hit that logo shot. And that's all they're going to be paid from the logo of the 4-pointer box. You know, I know.
See, if they really want to balance it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just revert the foul rules
mm-hmm.
to 1997.
Mm-hmm. What about can we get rid of the gather step?
Oh, you mean the sprint to the basket?
Yes.
No, that's not a gather step, sir. That's a sprint to the basket.
It's called a gather step.
Which should be one step.
All I'm wanting back again is the NCAA traveling rules.
Call the fucking travel.
But there's not traveling because they get that gather step. You could gather, right?
You can tell that the Scouser doesn't watch can't stand basketball either. Yeah. Call them fucking travel.
You don't have to anymore. You just gather, just sprint. Especially as tall as some of them are. Yeah, you just floor is lob and just walk up. It's kind of boring. It's like, okay, that's a different basketball league. There are wheelchairs there, Paul. Oh man. So what other thing we want to talk about? What else do we have?
So you did bring up that, like, after we talked about comments last week, Diamond Distributions filed for bankruptcy. Diamond Comic Distributions filed for bankruptcy. And then at first I was like, oh man, that's so crazy. Mm-hmm. And then I did looking at it and I go, oh, that's why. Mm-hmm. So for people who have no context, Diamond Comic Distributions used to be like the only place that would produce comics at all. Like all floppies, all everything. That was all went through Diamond. And they had this massive, ridiculous monopoly on all comic books and anything attached to it.
Yep.
And then that COVID happened and comic books started selling a lot. Mm-hmm. And then in 2020, DC Comics go, nah, we're good. We're not working with you anymore. All of our graphic novels are going to Penguin Ransom. All of them. Yep. And the other comics, apparently, they're using a place. They're using two comic places, the UCS Comic Distributors and Lunar Distributors, which happens to be in Fort Wayne.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that was.
Is that cool?
Yeah. And then in March 2021, Marvel's like, we're gonna file suit. Here you go, Penguin. Here you go. Give her graphic novels. And then IDW is like, we're gonna file suit. So that's your big three not using Diamond anymore. So I was like, oh, that's why they got bankrupt. Mm-hmm. Because they fumbled their own monopoly.
Yeah. Which I gotta tell people, it's like it gives like, but it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Big players, they get cocky, they do all these different things. Like so I don't get impressed by gigantic
Microsoft.
I look at different things. So like, let's say there was like a massive remember nothing was like stock advice. Like, so if you watch an electric car company stock just jump up and everyone seems talking about it, and I just look at it like, ooh, this is gonna get good. Oh, man, what is it? The no, higher the pride, twice the fall. What is it? Yeah, it's.
You heard the Tesla news, didn't you?
Oh man, it's. I know no one's got their roaster yet. I know the semi sucks. There's no
No,
hyperloop. There's no
one of the
solar
main
panels.
investors, one of the main investors in Tesla are kind of pulling back out. I guess value went down like 10-15% last couple of days because of this.
Yeah, but it's going to
Because
rally
of the
back
whole
up.
Nazi stuff.
Yeah, but it's probably going to rally back up. But honestly, like if I wish I had the cash, I'd short the crap out of Tesla. I'd short it. I shorted that in SpaceX. The lost one rocket blew up. People realizing that Elon Musk may not be the most truthful of people in the world.
No.
How dare you?
Considering you're child enough to lie about a video game, what else are you mishandling at? Which I would.
I'm sure that we sent $50 million worth of condoms to Gaza. That's totally what happened.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just more talking about the Roadster, the solar panels, self-driving. Remember the semi that was supposed to be big? That was supposed to replace all of the semis.
Self-driving, yeah.
Yeah. How's that going for everybody? I'm sure. Who was it? Pepsi? Has really loved their semi trucks. Oh man, yeah, good old Tesla semi.
Yeah, it's almost like if a lot of people don't realize that if you buy into the snake oil salesman, you get snake oil. Who would have thought?
It's shocking.
I know, it's crazy.
It's shocking. Or when someone like really cracks open like the Tesla power bank's like, oh, this is my Tesla power bank. It's like, that's just an overpriced Panasonic battery wall, right? Right? You get that real cheap. If you don't want that Tesla logo there, and you find with Panasonic, you get the exact same thing. I don't know because I've thought about it because it's one of those things I've considered because I want some more space here at the old house, and I always factoring and trying to like popping the roof, going through making the third floor, putting solar panels up there on the third floor, because if I'm taking a loan out to make a third floor, I might as well get solar panels. Just throw it on the load. And thinking about batteries, which Panasonic batteries. I know. Reinhold's looking at me like, third floor. It's like Harry, you're getting older. Ranch, go flat.
Stop going upstairs.
It's nice to not have to worry about. I mean, I love stairs, but it's like a 2-floor house. But so glad I don't have them now.
Oh man! Oh man! Ooh man! Hey, Reinhold said that like he would somebody who can't eat like cheese anymore. He's like, oh man, I love pizza, but I can't. I just can't. He's like, oh man, I love stairs, man. Going up them, going down them, missing that top step you didn't realize. Oh, it's my favorite. I loved it. I loved almost tripping and breaking.
Out of the way storage. Hidden away storage.
Yeah. Probably also throw an elevator there too, right? Because you're probably right. Yeah. Okay. Do you really want to be walking up to the third floor? I thought about it too. That's why I don't have a third floor, but I've thought about it. It's crossed my mind.
I was thinking, I could put a basement in this house, and I realized, no, it's not worth it.
just build flat. Just go flat.
Well, I'm just to the point where it's like, why build up this house and make it anything? Because I'm gonna go anyway, and don't have anybody to leave it to. So I'm not gonna give somebody else a bunch of money. And work hard for it. So I'll just make what I got go.
Well, right, we're gonna turn it into a hippie hobby farm. We're gonna let people come out and just like it's a hobby farm. They just go out and just farm. It's not a real farm, but it's a hobby farm.
Have a big statue of a rhino in the middle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It'd be great.
Scout just said you could leave it to him. He'll collect the land.
I think it'd be great. Turn it to like it's Reinhold hippie hobby farm, right? So there, we'll just gather up hippies on it. We'll have festivals on it in your honor. Okay. What's the last? We'll let fish.
At
You want a fish concert on it?
At least one Meatloaf tribute band every concert.
If you want people to be there, just don't. You can't tell them it's about for me because nobody. You shit.
No, it'll be fine. Screw them. They have to know it's for you. We'll let them know. Walk around with like rhinoceros armbands on, okay? And we break our hearts out.
The section over here is where we'll pretend grave, and then you can dance on it right over there.
Charge extra for that.
That's how we pay for the hobby farm. What are you talking about? $2,000. What? Yeah, $2,000. You can dance on his grave. $5,000. You can piss on it.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
10 you can take a dump on it.
Oh no, I'm not cleaning that up.
Whoa, that's too much. 10 you can graffiti it. Come on.
Yeah, we'll just paint it over once in a while. I hit it with the power washer.
Yeah.
50 grand will let you take a piece of Reinhold home with you.
Get there first to get the good pieces.
It's okay. Joke's on them. I'm gonna make the doorknob from the door out of his asshole. Oh man. Anyways, let's get back on track. Let's get back on the rails.
But since you did that, I was looking at the diamond stuff. I did go with this brilliant idea that would help the comic book industry, stay relevant, especially with diamond, disappearing.
Yeah, it's like some sort of Comicsgate thing.
So I looked at how many ongoing weekly series are going on in Marvel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
okay.
There are roughly 40 ongoing series.
That's a lot.
Monthly series.
That's a lot.
Let's be honest, 12 of them are X-Men. I counted. The 12 of them are X-Men, and there's at least 4 Wolverine comics.
Okay, they know where the bread is buttered.
One of them is called Helverine, which is like a crossover, like an outcome of a crossover where Ghost Rider possesses Wolverine, so it has like a flaming adamantium skeleton, like a skull head. Yeah, whatever.
I thought you were going to say it's like a crossover of Wolverine and Constantine, because I'd watch that crossover.
That would be interesting.
I'd do that crossover event.
But I've realized, like, you know what they should easily do? It'll help sell all these other comics. Weekly Marvel Jump. So you take the concept of the Shonen Jump, which is like you have weekly comics all together in manga form. What you do is you take a bunch of these series, put them as weeklies together.
Yep.
And you're able to spread them out, so you don't put all the X-Men in one.
Yep.
You do a couple X-Men and a Spider-Man and a couple of the other characters you're kind of trying to get around with in this one and this one and this one, and like the Ultimate Universe is 5 of the comics, so you have the Ultimate Universe over here.
Yeah, but you could have the Ultimate Jump and then like different worlds. Yeah. That's awesome. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's just
It'd
a
be easy
brilliant
to keep
idea
together.
to keep it all together. And if you still want to do the whole floppy thing, is that 1 month after it comes out, you drop a floppy of it.
Right. You just drop a little floppy. Yeah. Yeah. And you can pick that up. Easy to keep up on everything that's going on.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And then you'll
keeps the comic book stores happy because people keep buying. It's easy. I don't have to have 40 freaking things once a month. Like, just get this.
Right. And then you'll have it, and then somebody will read through it because you decide to put, the Psylocke comic in between Spider-Man and an X-Men story, and somebody starts reading the Psylocke comics. Oh man, I really like this Psylocke comic. I want to go actually read it. Oh, hey, look over here. We have the graphic novel. We have the collection of it, like they do with manga.
Yeah,
they do the exact same thing. It would work so well.
But Marvel doesn't care about comics anymore. It's not about the comics. It's about the amusement park and the movies and toys.
They're still having to pay fucking 40 writers, and that's not counting the standalone ones, which are another like 20 series. like limited series, which are like 1 through 6s, and have a finite end. So that they're still putting enough money to constantly put out these fucking books. But they'll be like, hey, now you have a way to put it all in one place, and then they kind of have the Comixology, but Comixology's kind of like died and became like a part of Kindle.
Yeah,
and it's all weird and awkward.
Well, because it wasn't
Right.
making enough money.
No,
which I kind of understand, like why, like that's the reason like Clownfish kept saying like like Twitch isn't long from this world because it doesn't make enough money.
Right, and like the equivalent is like the Jump Plus, which is you can read it online.
Yeah.
For like I think like $5, and you're like, here, read it as it comes out. We don't care. Give us our $5, please.
Yep.
It only 20 cents is going to that writer anyway. Just give us the $5.
Yep. At least you don't have to do 1 page a week.
Right. And so it's like they'll have it all together. You can make it. They have, if they're only doing, they're still doing their series once a month, or you only have to still only do it once a month.
Great.
It's together, and you can find new versions of characters and find new stories you want to read because you're going through it.
Yep. Yeah.
And they could just they could literally just ape off of that style. It makes it makes so much more sense than the way they're going about it now.
Yep. But they're not.
No, of course not. Why would they? It's logic.
Yeah. It's just there because it's legacy. It's too hard to shut off. People will be upset, but I'm sure Disney probably does have like a 20-year plan to turn that off.
Yes and no. Maybe. But that's the issue. Is that the fact that the comics have to keep going because they're pulling newer and newer characters and forgetting older and older characters. So this, like, Ironheart came out 10 years ago? Not even.
Yeah.
And they're already pulling from her. But then we got like Gambit doesn't have a movie, and he was so fucking popular in the 90s, bro. He's so popular in X-Men 97.
No one cares.
Yeah, I'm kind of a fan.
Yeah, but there's so many of these other characters that they've never gotten right or haven't had in a way that could have gone way better. And then the one times they do get it right, it either gets canceled or goes away. Brian Holt's example of that, Ghost Rider and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I never got that far into the series,
Yeah, neither did I. Yeah, I didn't get that far.
And that Ghost Rider exists.
The season never.
It's like gone. No Ghost Rider, go away.
That's fine. Hey,
they're talking about something with but I don't know if they're gonna bring that same actor back. It's just frustrating because he was really good at what he was doing. So.
Yep. Hey, the Daredevil trailer looked like it's gonna come back to form a little bit.
Yeah, that's not Marvel, is it?
I refuse to give it any hope until it comes out. Because I refuse to add any flame to the fire because I've seen what they've done with Daredevil already. All right, look, he's an Echo and he loses to Echo in this fight, which is terribly CGI'd. Why? So I refuse to give it any of my energy until it comes out.
Okay, all right, that's fair. All right, well, show and tell time. I'm going to show you guys something I picked up at Goodwill this weekend. It's a stupid purchase. I will regret this purchase probably in like 20 years. But right now, I love it. I'm in love with this thing. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I love it. All right, so I'm going to hold it up to the camera. I got 40 really cool 3.5 floppy disks with the color changing. It's factory sealed, Reinhold. Factory sealed.
And it'll stay factory sealed for the next 30 years.
Hey, Harry, that's some cool coasters you got there.
It's okay. I have thought about because I've got some earrings that are made out of these too. So it's like, if anything, I should make some crappy cyberpunk earrings out of it. I don't know. Probably get more used to it, or like I could. I don't know. I don't know. I wanted it. It looked cool.
Hey, they made the save button in real life. What the hell?
The Gen Zs that worked there was really cool for. They're like, this is awesome. Do you have anything that uses that? And I go like, yes. Actually, I do. I have a USB floppy drive, Brian. Yeah. And I used to have my floppy disk and 5.5 and 3 in my gaming PC. So I took it up because the newer cases are kind of hard to put them in now. But I don't know. I might find an old case so I could go back to it. I don't know what I'll. Like I said, I don't know what I'm used for it. I enjoy it.
Man, I can't wait to play Harry's text adventure that he writes on those floppy disks.
Hey, one of these days, we're going to need one of those, and you're going to call me, okay? All right, someone's going to need that floppy disk. And they're like, hey, I know somebody who's got some factory sealed floppy disk. And
hey, Reinhold, I need some floppy disks. You got some?
I have a few.
See?
You might have to write over what's on there.
Mine
May not be blank.
Mine are cool, though. Mine are cool floppies. It's awesome.
Harry, I think you said an oxymoron. You said cool floppies. I mean, that's an oxymoron, dude.
Yeah. At 1.4 megabytes on each disk, and I got 40 of these.
Put them on Marketplace and say, I know what I got. Don't lowball me.
I should put them on Marketplace. I know what I got. And it comes with a free box to hold them in too. Is that great?
Oh man, imagine that's your selling point. Oh man, this stuff is so cool. It comes in a thing that's packaged in.
Hey, if this was the 90s, you know how much this would have cost you. Okay, right. That would have been expensive.
I mean, yeah, because they had no alternative. If I went back to the 90s with a flash drive that goes, here, this has all of that entire crate of floppy disks and 2% of this,
just like
they would die.
My DVD-Rs. Okay, got my DVD-Rs still, which I think I've used one DVD out of there. I think I bought that years ago, but I've used one. It was from my daughter's, because it was one of those moments where you're like, I have the thing that I've been hoarding in my garage for this thing. Our preschool had a VHS tape of a fire safety, right? And the tape was wearing it. It's because like a 30-year-old VHS tape, right? And I, like, hey, let's make this digital before you lose the tape. It was like, let me scan it, put it on a hard drive for you. You can just play this way. Maybe you got a Plex server. It's like, I don't want anything that complicated. Can you just be on a DVD? And I go like, I have some DVDs. So I took the VHS, made it digital.
I can do that.
I can actually do that.
And he's going to use not another one of those DVD-Rs for the rest of his life, except for his coasters are put in together in like a table.
Yeah, got this Tool coaster. I found this one here. After like taking this legit backup copy of a Tool CD, now it's a coaster. Yeah, makes a good coaster. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So which album is that?
I forget what's on here. What was on here? But I totally bought the song. I bought the original one. Totally, 100%.
1000%. I didn't just
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't download a car now, would you?
No. Oh, I would not download a car.
You wouldn't download a car.
Yeah, download a car, would you? 3D printer, heck yeah, I would. Oh man, oof. That's all right. So like, so the thing is messing with me too. Also, I've been like Boss Battle Games, because like I follow them on Instagram, which is local. Local arcade, and they do maintenance Mondays. And it's talking about like the light guns, and they get completely frustrated with the light guns because they're easy to fix, but they break all the time because they're just light plastic with a little bit of a little bit of electronics in it. And it breaks all the time, and I just go like, would you just find some 3D printer or something like that to like make the guns more sturdier? All you need is these bits to just change it up. Yes, it won't be accurate. Yes, House of the Dead won't be accurate, the correct accurate shotgun. But I prefer it to work all the freaking time.
How dare you? Accuracy is everything, especially in the arcades. So, they still have the original Punch Out machine.
I don't know.
I know they had it like last time I went, but that was like 4 years ago.
Yeah. Honestly, I just
you just said it initial D, Harry. We know.
I go to my corner.
You car shark people in initial D.
I don't card shark people.
You car shark. There's a difference. CAR shark people.
I just play my game. I'm not even that good. Okay, I suck.
Rhino, let's put it this way, right? Harry plays this arcade cabinet called Initial D that has a thing where you have your own personal license that keeps track of all your scores on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Harry put it in against somebody who thought they were really cool, and they immediately quit because they're like, "Nope, he's too high. He's too high level. I don't want to deal with that." And they stopped playing and played something else. So Harry doesn't put his card in, so people will actually play against him.
Well, you get high enough level, you get this aura that pops off your car.
Well, it could have been like me and Dirty Bomb. Like I had 2,000 hours in that game. If you look at me on Steam and you see all those hours and all the achievements and everything, you'd think, "Oh my god, I don't want to play against him. He's great." I was I was just barely above average. I just played a lot.
Harry
and I just had the game on all the time.
Harry legitimately told me a story when he went this week where he let a guy think he was going to win because he was like, "Oh wait, I just didn't go past third gear." Goes to fourth gear, instantly beats them. So I mean, he's car sharking people for sure.
Well, the guy keeps hitting the walls to turn, so you can't touch the walls. You can't rub. You can't rub. You can't rub the walls. You slow down.
Harry, question.
What?
When was the first time you played the Initial D cabinet?
A couple years ago.
Couple? How old is your license card?
I don't know if it has an age on it. That's several wallets ago, I should say, when I first got it. Yeah, because I got it down in. Ooh, this is gonna date me. Oof. I got it in GameWorks.
Yep, that's what I thought. That's what I fucking thought.
Ooh. Yeah, I got it down at Sugar Center Mall. I don't know if it's called GameWorks at the time, but it was called something else. Hopefully I remember. Anyways, it was down at Circle Center. That's when I got the car.
It was called something else.
Back when that was still open last decade.
Yeah, because I got one card there, and then I went to Cincinnati, and it was when my wife we were in Cincinnati hanging out at the Italian festival. I got another card. I picked one up there.
So how long has been Circle Center been closed?
So I had at least one card for 7 years, and one longer than that. So there's just cards. It's not like but the thing is, it's not like I play every weekend, every day, stuff like that. No.
But when you had the free time, how often did you play it?
Oh yeah, I was there like every week. It was just the thing I did. I would go down there Unlimited Tuesday, and I would just play just stay on the same cabinet, and just keep going. And the same thing, so like 2 Fridays ago when I was there, it just because went there after because we don't have a brewery to go to. I went there after work because I wanted to get the heck out of my house. So I just drove up the boss battle. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit there and play Initial D for
until they kicked me out.
They didn't kick me out. It was just 3 hours and I got hungry. Big difference.
I want some food.
I want some food and a beer. You
Yeah,
know?
I need to find out where that arcade is because I was thinking about looking for it the other day, and I ended up doing something else. But
The boss battle.
I had, yeah, if that's the arcade place, right? That you're talking
Yeah.
about up in,
Mm-hmm.
is that on the north side or
Yeah, in Castleton.
Yep.
where the one used to be? Okay.
Yeah. It's really cool. You ever been? Yeah.
I was at the place that was there. I think in that same place that was there before
Mm-hmm.
years ago, but I don't know if it's the same building.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's literally. I believe it's across. Is the GameStop still there? Did the
Yeah, the
GameStop end up
GameStop's still
closing?
there. Yeah, the
Okay.
GameStop's still there.
So yeah,
Mhm.
it's literally across from the GameStop in Circle Center. Circle Center. Castleton.
Castleton Square Mall.
Castleton Square. Okay, so it'll be different. Okay, yeah, it might be a different building then.
Mhm. Real cool place. They even have pinball machines on the wall.
Yep.
Mhm.
Pinball machines now. It's awesome.
Do they still have the Guitar
Yep.
Hero machine, Harry?
Get a Dory.
Oh, they have it. It's not just the Guitar Hero machine.
Yeah, well, they do have a Guitar Hero, but I believe they also have a Get a Dory machine.
Yeah.
Or Get a Doria, or however it's pronounced. Right?
The drum machine.
Yeah. Well, it's a drum full
Yeah.
band one. Yeah. Then they've got this other Anyways,
Yeah.
I play with people who like play in the rhythm games. I got stuck on it because I just let's say I was at my friend's house because he's got one in his cabinet. He's got one in his basement, and drinking and playing the Konosuba theme on it got pretty good. So, they're like, "Are you dancing?" Like
Yes, I like this song.
Let's play that one again. No, stop it.
I'm tired of this song. We play something else.
Sorry, we've but anyways, yeah, I enjoy arcade games, and it's like the quest of trying to find because we are hangout spot homeless right now. First world problem. I know that we don't have our third space anymore, and it really just bothered me because I'm trying to find something, and and it's awful because like I was just going around places and going no, yes, no, 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 maybe, and also trying to give things a chance, even the quirkiness. Give the quirkiness a chance, as it might grow on me. But I'm also realizing some certain different things on it. I need to find something that's like not super loud, but not too quiet, so we can have conversations and be there for a bit. Find something that's not super dead, like it's going to like die on me quickly because no one goes there, but not super packed and crowded, So it's like trying to find this we end close to everybody and not so it's like it's a hard needle to thread, and it is impacting my mental well-being for the last few months, and it sucks because I'm focusing on the Friday and I haven't even gave anything to trying to find a new coffee house. So
yeah. Yeah, and no live music. Pause the play.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
A lot of places love live music.
Just because that one place that we went, they left your sushi on the table I've watched it sit there for 10 minutes, and they had a Jimmy Buffett guy.
I will say, good guy, Korean barbecue restaurant we go to said like we're always welcome to go there, and on our Fridays stay there from 6 to close. They don't care. But like we will go broke. Being there all the time,
Nah, we'll get there. He was like, but I want more. By we would go broke, you mean you would go broke?
Come on. I can't drop $100 every week.
Yes, you'll be sitting there. It's like, well, if I'm here, I gotta get the soju.
I gotta get soju.
And I gotta get that
with beer.
Yeah,
and I might as well get some meat and some more appetizers and then some more meat.
I gotta get more meat.
Then I ran out of rice, so I ordered 2 more bowls of rice. Then I wanted soup when it's all done. And it's only tradition to finish it off with some fried rice, right? Yeah. Okay.
He walks out eating more food than he had in 2 weeks.
I know.
Every Friday.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah. So like I said, it stinks. So like
we could.
Yeah. So I will say go out there and tell people, like, if you've got your place, you got your hangout spot, protect it, frequent it, bring more people to it, help them out. A lot of businesses are in bad shape. I lost a lot of my local places in the last few years, and I expect more in the coming, in the coming year. Like I said, things are in flux, and I fault no one to rather just have one of the hand versus like the possibility, blah 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 blah. Most people shoot for stability.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. There's a few radicals that people are like, oh man, there's radical things. I was just like, yeah, only a few people like that, and it's awesome that they like that. But most people, the reason they don't start a business, they want stability, and it's it's gonna be a rough couple of years. So protect your people, protect your circle. If you learned anything through COVID, your community is what matters most. Your local community, your local friend groups. Check up in on your people. Whether you think they're doing good or bad. Just say hi. Go through your message and text message list. You have messaged your friend in a while. Just say hi. Hey, what you doing? Make sure they're okay. Don't go like, well, they haven't texted me. Text them back. Who cares?
Yeah,
it's a grand scheme of thing. Just say hi.
The phone works both ways. Messaging works both ways.
Yeah. Yes. And yes, some people, it does feel like you're putting everything in the friendship, right? And they do like that. Then, then ask yourself, is it really a friend, or are they just bad at communicating? And most of the time, most people are just bad at communicating. They're just not a butthole.
Right.
They just don't communicate.
Just really, really insecure. There's a lot of people that have massive insecurities about being, a burden on other people.
Yeah. And there's also it's part of ADHD too, so you got to be careful with that.
Yeah. I've got 2 friends who I will like message and get a response back 2 weeks later. And
you don't know how many times I'll get a text and I'll be like, oh, I need to answer that. I'll get to it later. And then 2 weeks go by and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to do that.
Yeah. And I told her, like, I don't care. It's like as long as you don't care with me messaging you randomly things after I ask you a question, because I know you've read it or you've seen it, and you haven't banned me or told me to stop, so I'm gonna keep sending you stuff. You know how I am, and I'm also in the push of trying to get the studio to be livable, because I got a friend agreed they want to come and hang out if they could stay because they don't want to get a hotel, they want something more comfortable. So I was like, cool, I'll try to get the studio set up.
Like to
what?
Like they just to come and do an episode, or just to stay?
Come do a episode, hang out for a bit, and then go back to their house. They're not.
Gotcha.
They do not want to stay in Indiana. I think their exact words I will not die here in this state. If I'm bleeding out, get me over this border. Do not take me to the hospital. Get me over the border. It's like, get me out of this state now. It's like,
look at them. Long live the tenderloin. Just drop the tenderloin on him. Yeah. You have no say. I am God here.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I saw a meme this morning. I forgot to post in the chat that was like this huge house. It's like almost like a mansion type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they said it was like $250,000. And somebody was like, $250,000? Where the hell? What's wrong with it? So they responded, it's in Ohio.
Yeah. But I said it once, I say it again. Once Ohio figure out it can rule the Midwest by making high-speed rail between all their major cities, it's game over. We all will submit to Ohio.
How dare you? I refuse to live in Ready Player One.
Anyways, before this episode gets too long in the tooth, because I've got a busy day tomorrow. I've got some messages coming in for me because at work I rebooted the VPN server here when we started this thing. which is fun time. Like most people are globalized situation, like like so our full stack developer came on about 9 o'clock and whoopsie. Sorry, I needed an update.
Yep, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah. Wait, it's fine. It'll be fine. So we're gonna find out what's going on with that. Yeah. So thank you everyone who've been listening to this episode. If you got this far in this episode, you're a true key holder, and that I thank you. You can be listening to anything else in the world, but you decided to listen to this. You rock. This is a live podcast taped at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday nights on twitch.tv/wearelibertarians and youtube.com/wearelibertarians. Come hang out with us live, chat with us. It's fun. But to the 300 plus of you guys who download these episodes every week, especially when Sprinkle puts the episodes out, you guys are amazing. Thank you. You guys' feedback means a whole bunch to us. But I really wish you guys could come and hang out with us live, but I understand we're on a podcast. You guys listen to us in podcast form, so I appreciate you guys listening anyways. Listen how you want. All right. Do you guys want to say goodbye? Do you guys have anything before I hit the dumb button? No?
No.
See you next week.
See
you.
Bye.